So this is last one I want to shoot today. I had to replace didn't have to, I replaced the trigger spring, the main spring, because it was super stiff. It was like, felt like 25-pound trigger. This is an old vintage Interarms Sig P220 and West German, and it's the Euro. So my first one of these I bought from Van Wags when he had his store, and he sold it to me for $400 because I'd never owned a Sig P220 before. I saw these when they first came out at a hardware store called Ernst over in the Brickyard Mall. And I thought, wow, these are amazing. And I took Dad over to see him one time, and he goes, those are so ugly. Because he grew up with a nice finish of a Colt 1911 and had that 38 Super. He's going, oh, those are so ugly. I can't believe anybody would want one. They're made of sheet metal. All facts. But now they're like this stylish thing of their own. And but anyway, so I bought my first P220 that was Euro, and I took it out, and I had a brand new Smith & Wesson 4566, I think it was. A really nice two-tone. This old beater P220 looked like it'd been through a war. Way outshot the brand new Smith & Wesson. So I sold the Smith & Wesson to a friend, and then took it back, and I said I wanted to trade this in on one with an American magazine release, and he goes, they're $185 more. You want to spend that kind of money for a button? It's like, well, yeah. And I don't regret it. It's just, but then I thought, these are the original ones, and there's something to be said for this Euro mag release because you never lose your mags. You don't drop them in the dirt. You don't drop them in the snow. It's a very deliberate thing. And I thought, what the heck? And where I got this was from a retired PD. He carried it on duty in West Valley City, and just was getting rid of it. He had, I think, 8 magazines with it. And these are the kind that don't have the slots in them, so they're very exclusive to this. This will use any of the new mags as long as they don't have that thicker base plate if they're 7-shot. But anyway, so I got the springs replaced, and then the sight was off. Oddly enough, the white dot or the white post there was off-centered from the factory. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Just a real oversight, and it would always pull left. So I found a replacement sight for like $10. Put that in. Got a couple new springs, so let's try it out and see how it works.
Yeah.
All set?
Yep.
All right, first shot's fired with a few little modifications. That surprised me. You're shooting 22s. I'm flinching up a storm here. All right, that's it. The one thing I'll tell you, I love the flat tops. That's my favorite of all the SIGs. And some later ones had adjustable sights. And there were some that came out. I like the spur hammer, honestly. Now the new ones all have a rounded rebound hammer. I like this one. The actions are better. When you go to decock these, I think the stroke is actually much shorter for like a half a trigger pull. I think the newer ones are a little bit longer. It might just be academically speaking, or maybe it's a perception, I don't know. But I love these things, and but because they're a light frame, alloy frame, and just the steel slide, not billet, they're lighter, so there is a little bit more recoil to them. But they're easy to carry. They're smooth. I just love these things.
I'll go look and see what it did.
Well, I spared the bullseye on this one mostly. And I am still pulling a little bit left. That could be me today. I'm cold. I don't know. But it works fine. And the trigger pull is much improved. Those are Wolf springs. And it said start with whichever one you want. And then if it doesn't work, then use the next stiffer one. I think that's what I'm paraphrasing. But I think that's what the
did good.
The rule said, the instructions. But yeah, the Euro mag, I don't care. I don't know that it's any faster or less fast. Probably is compared to a button. But so what? It's really a vintage piece, and I love it.
That's all like 1.5 inches.
I don't know. Okay, I tried a little different on this one. This is still what's the mag? 7 rounds. But I did decocking on every one of these because I think that's the way I carry it. So I'd like to make sure I can do a first shot right on. And like I said about that trigger pull, the Wolf Springs made a huge difference from the original one. I'm joking about 25-pound trigger pull, but it was stiff, really, really stiff, enough that it would mess with your accuracy. A couple flyers there, but that was decocked and you know, just kind of working through the stroke like you would normally. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I think it's the sight made a difference. Your turn. See how you like it. Oh, decock. Try the decock first.
We'll try one like that.
Or like that.
Hold that one.
Yeah, you got to be ready for some flinch after shooting 22s. All right, well, no, you can't have it.
Well, I have one almost. Not quite.
I don't know. You consistently outshoot me.
Yeah, see, I had a couple pulled away off.
Those don't count. They're just wingers. Everybody gets one of those. Yeah, that's good. What do you think?
I like it.
It's lightweight.
I got my 220 also.
Yeah, that's true. But yours is the new one. It's got that heavy, the heavy slide, even though it's a SAS or the what is it, compact SAS maybe?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, I love these things. You know,
Still a great gun.
The vintage ones. This is now. I think I looked it up and it was built in like 1981 or 82, something like that.
I'm a huge Sig fan too.
Yeah. And the transitional trigger, it does take some getting used to, but it's got its advantages. You know, a lot of people aren't comfortable with cocked and locked, and yeah, I found that first stroke is not that bad.
No, that wasn't bad at all.
I think I have more trouble actually with the second one when it's not the stiffer trigger. It's weird. All right, good job.
Beauty.